if needed.
Now, we need to address the elephant in the room. Ziggy Heim was originally scheduled to be a part of this contest. Travel difficulties prevented her from being here today. That, unfortunately, will go in the books as a forfeit.
The pro wrestling gods have been shining down on the Rise Grand Championship for a year now, making things difficult between Commander Sterling, between travel issues, the pandemic, and Tony's reign being cut short. It's been unbelievable, and eventually we will find out who is the rightful grand champion. As you can tell, right now is PB Smooth, but these two competitors and Ziggy Heim all lay claim to the throne as well.
And that's an interesting point because, you know, PB Smooth is the man who's currently the Rise Grand Champion, but Tony Johnson was never defeated for that title.
And Ziggy Heim was not able to defend her title in that match. So, I mean, everyone here laying claim to the throne, like I said. And does that put a cloud on PB's title reign? PB's a great champion, dominant competitor, but does this put a cloud on his reign? Does he have to conquer these competitors, these demons, in order to prove that he is the rightful champion?
I think that's part of why this match was why we are having this match right now is we are trying to clear up the championship picture as much as possible. Nice arm drag.
Listen, MV Young is showing right now, and Tony as well, how the technical
blocks the arm drag.
And you don't see a lot of technical prowess from MV lately because he is such a back bar brawler type anymore. But MV, well trained, came from a great wrestling school, knows how to do this, and to stand in there with a competitor as technically sound as Tony and go hole for hole.
Oh, don't get it twisted. MV Young can wrestle with the best of them.
And can also throw a wicked mean forearm like you saw right there. MV taking early control. Early control is so important in any kind of sporting contest.
Wait a minute. Blocks the I'm not sure if that would have qualified as a disqualification. Apparently not.
No, referee's making the count. Just like you can whip your opponent into the buckle, you can whip your opponent into the chair if it's in the way. Just don't get counted out.
Security better be on their job. Blistering chop.
Oh, and MV Young, the blood of a true striker. Oh, no!
That is a support pillar holding up the roof of this building.
That could change the whole dynamic. If MV Young isn't able to strike with that right hand, that could change the whole dynamic of this contest.
He could have very easily broken one of the bones in his hand.
And Tony is, I've been chopped many times by Tony Johnson in my life. Part of my training class originally over a decade ago. Tony's chops and strikes are nothing to balk at. One of the best strikers I've ever been in the ring with, just strictly from an impact angle.
You know, we were mentioning earlier about, you know, Matt Connor, Lee Moriarty. You got to put Tony Johnson into that conversation as some of those, you know, that great, you know, underground talent. Oh, side suplex on the ring apron.
MV Young, wherever he is in a wrestling arena, he is dangerous, showing you right there. And you're right, Tony's another one that you could argue for that Mount Rushmore. Maybe I'd knock Edric off and put Tony up there.
Well, you know, Tony Johnson, I think, is probably, you know, of the, you know, people have been throwing out the term best wrestler in North America, best wrestler in the world. I would argue that Tony Johnson is one of the top 10 wrestlers in North America, bar none, anywhere, any place.
Oh, easily, for sure. But you got to think MV Young holds that same category, or that same title in the brawling category. And right now, just showing you, being technically sound is great, but when you're on the outside of that ring, someone who's going to understand their surroundings and how to use their surroundings as a weapon is going to have the advantage.
Look at those strikes.
Now that we're back in the ring, is that going to be advantage Tony Johnson, advantage Iceman?
Oh, big kick to the mouth.
Here comes that big spinning backbreaker. Unbelievable.
And MV Young is no lightweight.
MV able to get the shoulder.
You know, we see Tatiana out here, the unwilting Tatiana. You know, sort of a remnant of Commander Sterling's
The old guard, if you will.
the old guard, and with Commander Sterling not in the picture anymore, you wonder if this alliance, if that alliance is going to hold. Oh, brings him down on the top rope. Smart move by MV Young.
You got to wonder if maybe the unwilting Tatiana's advice on the apron that she just gave MV has led to this strategy. Sometimes just having someone, I've said it in the past, it's like a coach in the press box telling you things that they're seeing. Big drop kick.
Top rope drop kick. He almost hit the ceiling.
Tatiana telling you things. Big kick out there. Things that MV can't see in the ring. It's a different angle. It's a different set of eyes saying, hey, try this. Hey, try that. And it looks like it's working out in MV's favor for sure. And that's the advantage of having a great manager out.
Modified single leg crab, but if you look, this is more of an ankle lock. Unlike the normal single leg crab works more on the lower back. If you look at the way he has his toe pinned back, his instep pulled, this is more of an ankle and foot hold.
It's definitely like a heel hook-esque ankle torquing maneuver. It's going to put a lot of pressure on both the Achilles and on the tendons between the shin and the front top of the foot, which might affect that ice pick kick down the line if Tony could get there.
Nope. Gets it
into a back elbow. Tony strikes very much in the way of Anderson Silva. Tony strikes from different angles. It's very effective.
Very much the spider. He's got that Muay Thai influence striking, very reminiscent of Silva. Cross body block into the ropes.
Unorthodox striking using the torso as a weapon. There's a kick out from MV.
Yeah, but that kick out did not have the same zip as it did earlier in the match.
You got to wonder if maybe MV is a little low on wind after that crossbody to the midsection there. And it's really two different, it's a clash of styles. Tony, like I said, like we talked about, strikes from all different angles, very Muay Thai. And MV will just smack you in the mouth as hard as he can and make you deal with it. And we're going to see here, it looks like, MV's firing back. They're going to trade. We're going to see here, really, who is the stronger, better striker in this ring right now.
I would argue that MV Young, we can argue about skill in striking, but I don't know very many people tougher than MV Young in professional wrestling.
That is a fair point. MV Young has wrestled in backyards during storms, and we are going to see that kind of toughness here.
I have not seen this guy quit. I have not seen this guy submit. I have not seen this guy say no to any fight.
Oh! I think MV's out on his feet. That was everything. That was everything Tony had in a kick. The big roll through.
Goes for that big lariat. Nasty German suplex, and he hangs on. He hangs on to the waistlock.
Those low bridging Germans.
Nice reversal.
Into an ankle lock.
Classic ankle lock. You are seeing the toughness and the striking of MV Young with the technical ability of Tony Johnson. This is a fantastic match.
Absolutely. We were seeing two great competitors, two top competitors in this company.
Look at that. He was taking strikes at his hamstring.
And the loser does not get to compete for the title for 6 months. Am I correct?
That is correct, and that would be a shame for either of these men. Both these guys could be in title contention.
It is all on the line. Those European uppercuts from Tony, they've knocked me unconscious before, and that could have been the case here.
You notice that Tony Johnson is favoring his hamstring, that MV Young was focusing those strikes. If your hamstring's knotted up, you can't run, you can't be explosive, and especially, Tony uses that ice pick kick, which requires a lot of jumping and explosiveness.
A knotted hamstring will take an NFL player out of the Super Bowl. You can't imagine what it will do when you're in there with someone for blood, like MV Young, who just shot to the top rope.
Superplex, he hangs on! Brain Buster!
I think this is over. Tony kicked out. Unbelievable.
That was a top rope superplex followed by a brain buster, and Tony Johnson will not stay down.
He is a former Rise Grand Champion for a reason. MV Young, former champion regent, but did not earn the title the way Tony did. Tony earned the title in a brutal contest with Matt Connor. And we're seeing that toughness here. Big slap.
Ow!
This is one of the best contests I've seen in Rise Wrestling in a long time.
Look at these two. They are teeing off on each other.
Unreal.
Look at the chest of MV Young. It is turning 10 shades of red.
I would say I want to see this every month, but I don't want to put these two men through that.
Ice pick kick! He got it! He got the kick! He got it! Out of nowhere! Tony Johnson is the #1 contender!
#1 contender for your Rise Grand Championship, the Iceman, Tony Johnson!
Ladies and gentlemen, we got to give it up for MV Young.
That was an early match of the year contender.
And this is almost a tragedy. After that effort, after that fight, MV Young will not be eligible to challenge for the Grand Championship.
And MV now trying to tell the referee it was only two. It was only two. From my angle, I couldn't see. MV seems to think maybe his shoulder slipped up.
I think MV was knocked out. I think he was out, and he came to, and he did not register the time had passed.
Yeah, you're probably correct. That ice pick kick was right on the jaw, right on the butt.
And really, you know, that was a brilliant maneuver by Tony Johnson. Pulls it out of left field. He did not see it coming. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to go to intermission here at Rise Keep It Playa. We've got 3 huge matches in the second half. And ladies and gentlemen, there is the once and possibly future king of Rise.